A very good afternoon to my dear student friends. Today we discuss about the unit number first. In unit number first, we discuss about the periodic properties. In previous lecture, we completed the A part of unit number first, that is atomic structure. In atomic structure, we discuss about the de Broglie's wavelength equation, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, Schrodinger wave equation, how to write down the electronic configuration by using the three laws, above principle, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity and Pauli exclusive principle. Finally, we write down the electronic configuration of some elements. If we know the atomic number, then you have to write down the electronic configuration by using the above principle energy level diagram. You have to write down the electronic configuration. Now today we have to discuss about the periodic property. Before we discuss about the periodic property, first we have to know about the periodic table. Friends, presently there are 118 elements are discovered at a particular time. Before we know about the elements, first we discuss about the properties. What is meant by periodicity? If we consider a particular elements, then we know their chemical properties that get repeated at equal interval of time. Such a repetition of that property of elements, that is called the periodicity. That is called the periodicity. Then what is my periodic table? Periodic table means arrangement of elements in a tabular form, that is called the periodic table. For to arrange the elements in a periodic table, there are number of scientists are working to arrange the elements. In the 19th century, first scientist to attack on the arrangement of that elements in a tabular form was the Berzelius. Later that discovery is extended by Stas, but he also get failed. Then a new scientist will came, that is the Doberayan. Doberayan arranged the elements into the group of three elements and named that three elements as a Doberayan triad. But there are also drawbacks for Doberayan triad in the arrangement of elements. He get also failed. The new scientist came, that is the Newlands. Newlands states that every eighth element have the same property. Every eighth element having the same property. That means he states the new law, that is called the Newlands octet law. He states that first element and eighth element have the same property. But he also get failed in the arrangement of elements in a tabular form. Then new scientist came, that is called the Mendeleev. Mendeleev arranged the periodic table with the help of their atomic weight. With the help of their atomic weight. By using the concept of atomic weight, the Mendeleev arranged the periodic table into 7 horizontal row and 18 vertical columns. The 7 horizontal row they name as an period and 18 vertical column called as an group. But Mendeleev also faces some drawbacks. So that's why the Mendeleev theory also get discarded. Mendeleev proposed the periodic table. Mendeleev proposed periodic table. That is long form of periodic table. Then new scientist came, that is the Moseley. Moseley used the concept of atomic number. On the basis of atomic number, Moseley arranged the 7 horizontal row and 18 vertical columns with the help of their atomic number. That means in each group the elements are arranged that elements show the similar chemical properties. By that way, the Moseley proposed the modern form of periodic table. Here, the introduction of that periodic properties. That means only the periodic table. Who discovered long form of periodic table and who discovered the modern form of periodic table? Long form of periodic table is discovered by the Mendeleev and modern form of periodic table is discovered by the Moseley. Now, we discuss about the periodic properties. Today we just see about the two properties, that is atomic radii and ionization energy. Then we discuss about the atomic radii. What is meant by that atomic radii? Atomic radii is nothing but the distance of nucleus and outermost valence shell electron. The distance between nucleus and outermost valence shell electron, that is called the radius or radii. That is called the radius or radii. That distance is variable in period and also in group. That radius may be different types. In case of covalent bond, it is covalent radii. In case of ionic bond, then it is ionic radii. In case of van der Waals force of attraction, it is van der Waals force of or van der Waals radii. Van der Waals radii. That three types of atomic radii is there. The distance of nucleus in atomic radii only. Atomic radii, or it may be an ionic radii. The distance between central nucleus and outermost valence shell electron in an atom, that is called the atomic radii. The distance between the nucleus and outermost valence shell electron in an ion, then it is called the ionic radii. That may be covalent radii, ionic radii or van der Waals radii. In case of covalent bond, that means equal sharing of electron pair between two atoms. The distance, that is the half distance between that covalent bond, that is called the covalent radii. In case of ionic radii, in case of ionic bond, it is also same. Ionic radii is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost valence shell electron in an ion, then it is called the ionic radii. But in case of van der Waals force of attraction, the two atoms are attracted towards each other by some electrostatic force of attraction, that is called the van der Waals force of attraction. The distance between the nucleus and outermost valence electron in case of an atom or in case of van der Waals force of attraction, that is the R1 and R2, that is the van der Waals radii. Then what is the effect of that radii in case of horizontal row, that is called the period, or vertical column, that is called the group? Just 1 minute. Okay friends, now we discuss about the first A group and second A group elements. That is hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Here second A group elements: beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. That is the vertical columns, that is called the group. That is first A group elements and second A group elements. In first A group elements and second A group elements, the atomic number goes on increasing. 1, 3, 11, 19, then goes on increasing. Here also the 4, 12, 20. Okay, on that way the atomic number goes on increasing from top to bottom. Here, if we see the electronic configuration is 1s2, and here this 7s1, 1s1 and 7s1. That means here the principal quantum number continuously goes on increasing. New cell get added across the each nucleus. That means here also like that. In sodium it is 3, calcium, potassium, then rubidium, cesium, then francium. By that way we see that the nucleus and the outermost electron distance goes on increasing. Here the nucleus and here the outermost valence electron from top to bottom, and continuously the nuclear charge goes on increasing. But that nuclear charge is not sufficient to attract the electron towards itself or towards the nucleus. So that's why the new electron moves to the or going to the next higher energy cell. That's why the size of nuclear atom or elements goes on increasing from top to bottom. If the size goes on increasing, then atomic radii also goes on increasing. Atomic radii also goes on increasing. In case of period, that means in horizontal row, that is lithium, beryllium, then boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and helium. Here the atomic number is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Here we see that the atomic number goes on increasing. Atomic number goes on increasing. But here the nucleus and outermost valence electron, the distance is same from lithium to fluorine. Lithium to fluorine, the distance is same. The electron get added to the valence shell electron. That's why at the same time the charge on the nucleus also goes on increasing. That distance is same. Electron get added here in the outermost shell, because here in case of period the main valence shell is constant and electron get added to that same main energy cell. At the same time the nuclear charge goes on increasing, so that's why the attraction between electron and nucleus goes on increasing. So that's why when we move from left to right in a period, the size of that particular atom goes on decreases. That means if atomic number increases in period, atomic radii decreases. In case of group from top to bottom, atomic number increases, atomic radii also goes on increases, because here the main energy cell, the new electrons added across the new main energy cell. So that's why the size of atom goes on increases from top to bottom. Here say the atomic number goes on increasing, at the same time atomic radius also goes on increases. In case of period, atomic number increases atomic radius decreases. Okay, that's all about the atomic radii. That is the one of the properties of periodic table. Okay, now we discuss about the ionization energy. Then now we see the ionization energy or ionization potential, or it is ionization energy. It is measured in electron volt. It is measured in electron volt. Then what do you mean by ionization energy? Ionization energy is, in a simple way, it is nothing but the atom that get ionized, A positive plus electron. The energy required to ionize that atom A into A plus plus electron, that is called the ionization energy. But it can be defined as the minimum amount of energy required to remove the outermost valence shell electron, in a gaseous state. That is called the ionization energy. Same situation is here, friends. If we remove one electron, then it is called the IP1. If we remove the second electron, then it is called the IP2. If we remove the third electron, then it is called the IP3. But here the ionization energy first, second and third depends upon its electronic configuration. That means the minimum amount of energy required to remove the outermost loosely bounded electron in a gaseous state, that is called the ionization energy. Then what is the effect of ionization energy in period and in groups? Same condition as similar with that of the atomic radii. If we move from left to right, that is the lithium and that is the fluorine. Here the distance between nucleus and outermost electron, here the nuclear charge is less, but in case of fluorine, nucleus and electron, that fluorine nucleus carries the nuclear charge higher as compared to lithium. That means the electron that get attracted towards the nucleus by lithium, in case of lithium and in case of fluorine, the electrostatic force of attraction between electron and nucleus is higher in case of fluorine. That means on the right hand side it is higher, on the left hand side it is lower. So that's why the electron get easily removed in case of lithium on the left hand side, on the right hand side it is very difficult. That means more amount of energy is required to remove that loosely bounded electrons. Okay, are you got it that? That means here the nucleus weakly attracted that outermost valence electron. When we require the energy to remove that electron, then get easily removed. That means you require the less amount of energy to remove the electron in a period on the left hand side. But when we move towards the right hand side, on right hand side the nuclear charge is higher, and that's why the electrostatic force of attraction is also strong. To remove that electron requires more amount of energy to remove that outermost loosely bounded electrons. That means when we move from left to right in a period, you require the energy required to remove the outermost valence electron goes on increasing. IP get increases. In case of group, from top to bottom. Here the hydrogen, and that is the barium, or here the beryllium and it is the barium. Then here beryllium, the nucleus and electron. The size is small. Small size, that means force of attraction is strong. But in case of barium, that is the nucleus and that is the outermost electron, the distance between nucleus and electron goes on increases. That means atomic size is higher. If the atomic size is higher, then it requires lower amount of energy to remove the outermost valence electron. But if the size is small, then it requires the large amount of energy to remove the outermost valence electron. That means from top to bottom, when we move from top to bottom in a group, the IP decreases. Ionization potential goes on, decreases from top to bottom. Okay friends, now we will stop here. The remaining portion we see in next lecture. In unit first, today's lecture, periodic properties. We discussed about the introduction of periodic table. We also explain what is meant by atomic radii. What are the different types of atomic radii? It is covalent radii, ionic radii and van der Waals radii. What effect of that atomic radii in case of period and in case of group? In case of group, the atomic radii from top to bottom goes on increasing because a new electron is added into the new principal quantum number. That means in new main energy state. So that's why the distance between the nucleus and outermost valence electron goes on increasing and increasing when we move from top to bottom. Okay. In case of period, when we move from left to right, the new electron is added, but added into the same energy cell. That means the charge on the nucleus goes on increasing. That means nuclear charge goes on increases. So that's why the nucleus and electron attraction goes on increasing and the size of that atom goes on decreases. But that means when we move from left to right in a period, the size of atom goes on decreases due to the nuclear force of attraction. And next point is the ionization energy. Ionization energy means minimum amount of energy required to remove the outermost valence electron in a gaseous state. When we remove one electron, then it is called the IP1. When we remove from the same atom other electron, second electron, then it is called the IP2. When we remove third electron, then it is IP3. Then that ionization potential in period is also decreases. That means atomic size goes on decreases. So the force of attraction between nucleus and outermost valence electron goes on decreases. That means the attraction between nucleus and outermost valence electron is strongest, and to remove that electron requires large amount of energy. That means ionization potential from left to right goes on increases. In case of group, the size of atom goes on increases. That means the distance between nucleus and electron goes on increases. Means the nuclear force of attraction towards the electron is decreases. To remove that outermost valence electron required less amount of energy. So today we stop here. The remaining portion we discuss in a next period. Okay friends, thank you.